Kia ora and welcome to The Breakdown. Well, Bernadine said it, what a week it was. And where do we start? This is almost the state of the rugby nation. What has happened? Our game, you'd have to say in some ways, is in crisis. Tonight we are trying to give you all the information and give you a direction the game is going. And already tonight, significant news coming out just a couple of hours ago that the club game, our community game, suspended until April the 18th. So that means teams who are planning for club rugby, they have to delay things. Your team, and for all of you watching tonight, we're looking forward to hopefully giving you a bit of understanding about where our game is at. Mills Muliaina, Glenn Jackson, after a stellar performance last week, is back, and Sir John Kerwin. And JK, this is really difficult for everyone across so many industries and so many walks of life, and rugby just one of those who are suffering right now.
Yeah, look, it's a really stressful time, and I was actually quite anxious myself yesterday, and what I've learned about anxiety is once you identify what that anxiety is, you can do something about it. And I think all of our anxiety at the moment is the unknown. You know, where we're going to go financially, what does the future look like? And really, I feel a bit better today because I can just control what I can control. I really don't know what's going to happen, and I just think that it's okay to be anxious too. So for the people out there that might be feeling anxious for the future, it's okay to be anxious, but just make sure you concentrate on what you can control in these in the near future. Control today, then get up tomorrow and have another crack. So, you know, it's a tough time, and tonight we're going to talk about rugby, but really it's about the well-being of our country, and there's lots going on around the world. So, you know, that's it's hard times.
We've been through nothing like this before, Glenn, across all walks of life. It's going to take time for us to process it, and also hopefully we can find a way forward.
Yeah, and the real concern is, as we've just seen, is the junior guys and senior guys who just love the game, love being outdoors, getting fresh air, being part of a team, you know, and that's been taken away from them for somewhat, but for obvious reasons. And it's about, you know, where do they go to from now in terms of the friendship and stuff, in terms of meeting each other and getting out there and having fun.
And Mills, how have you felt about it all over the last few days?
Oh, look, I think what's important is we're still in its infancy. You know, we're 3 days in since the Prime Minister said, you know, if you're coming back from overseas, you've got to go into self-isolation and things like that, and then all of a sudden all the stuff's sort of coming out. So I think, you know, as the days go on, that's when we've got to be, you know, we've got to understand that, you know, that all the right people have made the right decisions, you know, for the best of our country and the best going forward. So we've just got to, I suppose, you know, get reassurance from that all the right people have made the decision for that sort of case. How am I feeling? I think it's just that. It's just being able to get that information, and once we sort of know a wee bit more, and as I said, you know, 3 days in, there's still a few more days in, and the right people are making those right decisions and they're talking about it.
And what we're finding out though, JK, across all walks of life, there is more and more information going out there, and people are getting help and are getting support. And we saw today, even from the government, they are finding ways or looking at the best ways to assist people so they can work their way through it.
Yeah, look, this is a worldwide crisis. I think the beautiful thing about our little country down here in the South Pacific is we can take some real steps to curb it now, and if we do the right things now, then maybe the impacts won't be as bad as what we're all feeling or what we're all worrying about. So some of the big decisions that are being made are really for the health and well-being of our country. And like Mills said, it's early. Concentrate on what we can control and what you can control, even around the virus. You know, wash your hands, do those things that you're getting told, and just try and do the best for the country, because the quicker that we get on top of this virus, the quickest we get back to normal. Live rugby league, live sport again, back to work, all those types of things. So,
look, we know, yes, there's been a lot of challenges. There's a lot to talk about. There are plenty of headlines surrounding this game.